Hello aspirants, welcome to GDC English classes YouTube channel. So in this session, our main discussion on the classification of anticoagulants along with the possible tricks as well as mnemonics. So first let's see, so there are different classes of drugs acting on the blood, like drugs prevent clotting also known as anticoagulant, drugs promote clotting, or clotting drugs and blood forming agent. These are the three category of drugs. In this first hour is focus on anticoagulants. The drugs are substances used to prevent clotting, especially they act by reduce or prevent formation of clots by acting on the extrinsic pathway of blood. Extrinsic pathway nothing but occur outside of the blood, outside of the blood vessel. So here the in vitro classification of anticoagulants, heparin. So generally heparin is a parental anticoagulant and this is also used in vitro laboratory condition. Sodium citrate mainly used in blood banks to preserve blood. Sodium oxalate as well as sodium EDTA mainly for the laboratory purpose, the experiment on the blood, as well as blood products. Next, in vivo classification of anticoagulants, that is the drugs used in the body. In that category, parenteral anticoagulants. In that parental category, first one is indirect thrombin inhibitor. These drugs indirectly inhibit the thrombin. That is heparin. Heparin is a mucopolysaccharide. It is a sulfated mucopolysaccharide. It is anionic nature. Because of anionic nature, it is ionized form. The ionized forms are having poor absorption and distribution, and heparin having large molecular weight. Because of these reasons, heparin is not suitable through oral route. It is taken by parenteral route, especially unfractionated heparin, large molecular weight heparin. Next, low molecular weight heparin, that is example like dalteparin, tinzaparin. So low molecular weight heparin having advantages over large molecular weight heparin, that is simply heparin. So all parin, PARIN, these are low molecular weight heparin, dalteparin, tinzaparin. Next, direct thrombin inhibitor, BIN, direct thrombin inhibitor, BIN, that is DIN, Hiridin as well as bivalirudin. They directly inhibit the thrombin function in the blood vessel, decrease the formation of thrombosis, formation of clots. So you can remember thrombin. The last three letters of thrombin is BIN, and the last three letters of thrombin, direct thrombin inhibitors are DIN. Hiridin, bivalirudin. Hiridin naturally from the leech, from the source of leech. Next, oral anticoagulants, coumarins. The coumarin ring present in warfarin, a oral anticoagulant, decoyumerol, esinocomerol. And indane example is phenindione. Example is phenindione. So warfarin is preferred by the oral route, heparin is preferred by parenteral route. Next, factor 10A inhibitor like rivaroxaban, apixaban. If you observe the spelling of two drugs, they containing XA, that is factor 10A. For example, for remembering purpose, the trick, they containing spelling XA, so that is factor 10A. So factor 10A inhibitor, rivaroxaban, apixaban. Indirectly acting factor 10A inhibitor is fondaparinux. Fondaparinux. Next, factor 2A inhibitors like argatroban, dabigatran, bivaluridin. So bi means two. So dabi. So here bi means for your convenience, I made a small trick like so factor 2A means 2, so bi means 2, like that. So bi means 2, that is argatroban, dabigatran, bivaluridin. So containing bi in the dabigatran, bivaluridin, both are factor 2A inhibitors, So here like this, the classification of anticoagulants in vitro as well as in vivo classification. So wherever it is possible, apply the tricks as well as mnemonics, because in the competitive examination The presence of mind is very very important. It is unable to recollect all the things what you studied, but if you follow some tricks, some mnemonics, some presence of mind, definitely you can easily remember. Like that factor 10A inhibitor. So here I mentioned 10A in the red color, and same in the rivaroxaban 10A in the red color XA, and apixaban that is 10A XA in the red color. So like that you can remember easily. So the one of the advantage in the classification of pharmacology, like these tricks as well as mnemonics. Like even parin, all parins are low molecular heparin. Low molecular heparin compounds are having excellent pharmacokinetic properties compared to high molecular heparin, because high molecular heparin having poor absorption and distribution, but low molecular heparin having good pharmacokinetic parameters. And the antidote for excess or poisoning of heparin, the antidote for overdose of heparin is protamine sulfate. Heparin is an acid, protamine sulfate is a base. And the antidote for overdose of warfarin is vitamin K, a natural coagulant. A natural coagulant, vitamin K is an antidote for warfarin poisoning or warfarin overdose. So this is the simple classification on anticoagulants, nothing but the drugs prevents clotting. So subscribe to GDC English Classes YouTube channel. And do you know already the GDC started classes in English language, especially for the South India pharmacy students from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala as well as Tamil Nadu in GPAT, drug inspector, pharmacist, sniper and other pharma competitive exams. Okay, thank you.